Hey, Sonder family, happy Thursday. We've almost made it to the end of the week. Oh, you're taking time for yourself this evening. I hope that your door is closed and everybody's going to leave you alone while we're here with our coloring page, our practice for tonight. I know some folks have already started coloring. I haven't started coloring, but I did do something on my page that I'm gonna show you. But then I'm gonna color along with y'all tonight while we do this. And so yeah, so here we are with our July journal. Make sure your chat is set to everyone. My name is Jennifer Ogilvy, and I'm coming to you from the Dallas, Texas area. And then my co-facilitator tonight joining me is Malika Agrawal, and she was walking before this. It was funny. We were like catching up while she was on her phone, and now she's home. She's there sitting at her desk, and she's going to be watching that chat. If you need anything along the way, she will do her best to answer that. And then, yeah, we will communicate in the chat. But as you know, if you've ever been to a coloring social, we really want to focus on our practice. And we say it's a mindfulness practice. There's some similarities into the mindset that we get. Like when you're in yoga, you're supposed to focus on your body and holding your body and breathing. And it's kind of the same thing with our coloring practice. Of course, we love the finished product, and a couple of you said I've already finished, so I'm on another page. I always want to encourage you to take this. This is a great time to just sit. If you do handwork of some kind, another slow hobby, just come and sit with us. You don't have to have a coloring page. You can have a different mindfulness practice. This is about your time and your space. So yeah, I love that. And if you are working on something that's not the coloring page, but you've got another project going or something, maybe you're just sitting, right? We need that too. Let us know. I want to bring your attention. I know we had a fabulous mid-year check-in social this week. But we do have another event that's going to be great. Mayha's going to be there. This is the exclusive event using the Big Five to personalize your growth journey. And we are actually, I believe we're the intention for this Big Five is actually, it's like the Myers-Briggs inventory that we do and we find out our types or the Enneagram. This is actually the Big Five is it's a little more scientific based, and I don't have a huge understanding. So I don't want to speak to this Big Five because I myself don't know. I'm going to learn. But that it has it's more than just saying here's who you are. It's also like here's what you can do with this knowledge, and it allows for some tweaks and changes to be your best self. And it also interfaces with other styles of folks. So I just wanted to make sure that I was bringing that to your attention. The Eventbrite link, Malika will drop that in, but it's also there. I know you can't capture it on the screen, but the information is on the Silk and Sonder Eventbrite site, and it's got a pretty good write up on it. And I started doing a little bit deeper digging because I wanted to tell y'all about it. And I didn't real. It's like it's going to be really good. So just wanted to make sure that we didn't not talk about that because we were so focused on our mid-year check-in this week, but this one will be good. Yes, it's what it is. And Sarah's dropped in there those five things, and like the neuroticism, like I'm so it's like it's a beautiful way of framing those things that drive us. It's big. It's really good. Yeah, and a lot from psychologists, very scientifically based. So if you are really trying to dig into your best self, that is something you may want to look into. It is a paid event. It's $10. So anyhow, okay, enough of that. There are those community guidelines. Is there anybody joining us for the very first time at any social? Dropping me in the chat. Take a quick look at these community guidelines. We always share these when we are together because we create safe spaces. And then also, if this is your first time to color, know that you are welcome. Oh, and Malika just dropped that Eventbrite link there. So, welcome, Heather. If this is your first time to color, you know what? This is about process, not end result, not that product. We do like it to look nice, but we can discover so much about engaging our mind with our page, and it settles the things that happen in your brain when you are focusing on a coloring page. It's beautiful, and it rebalances like the cortisol that's screaming at you, and it's just really good stuff. So welcome. Yes, hello, Michelle. We're so glad y'all are here. So we're going to have a quick opening activity. We're going to have coloring time. As you know, this is generally a 45-50 minute session, and then we will close up. And of course, we have this beautiful theme of independence. And I have said, I believe our themes this year have almost been put in line to domino into one another. It just seems to fit so beautifully. And so I love that we're looking at independence. I love this. Don't wait for someone to bring you flowers, plant your own garden, and decorate your own soul. So that's going to be our mantra for tonight as we are settling in with our page. And so for our opening activity, now I'm going to invite you to find a notes page in your journal, or I'm going to share my page. I'm going to show you how I answered this prompt on my coloring page. So I'm going to ask you to turn to page 18 real quick and just look at that bouquet in front of you. And think about each flower is a bigger part, it's part of a bigger, beautiful whole. Like all these little pieces come together, right? And it makes this beautiful arrangement. Maybe you bought your own flowers. I put in Sonder Club yesterday when I was working on this stuff. I was like, oh, everybody should go buy grocery store flowers. If you've got that, go get it, put it on your desk. I went in my garden and I actually picked some zinnias, and I saw somebody else said they did that. And they are going to inspire my coloring tonight. But if you don't have it, it's okay because I'm taking you on a walk in my garden as well. I've got lots of images for you to look at. But I want you to reflect on this bouquet and think about what is blooming in your life right now, either emotionally or creatively or personally. Find that one, two, three little things that are happening for you. And then reflect on what kind of soil helps you grow the best. Like, what are the things that bring just the very best things in your life? And so there is my page, and I chose to answer. I wrote the question across the top of my page: what is blooming in my life? And all the things that are coming up for me are written around the flowers. And so it's things like my meaningful work with Silk and Sonder, my time for hobbies. I've been doing some decluttering, friendship with my adult children, relationship with my grandkids, connections with my husband, my yoga practice. And then at the bottom of that page, kind of where that water can is, I kinda depicted as the soil and asked at the bottom, I wrote that question: "What kind of soil helps me grow?" What are the things that helps me, um, just embrace those things that are blooming? And it's the things that make me be my best self. And so I put things like daily gratitude and glimmers, of course, my Silk and Sonder journaling, giving myself rest and permission to enjoy a slower pace, boundaries that are healthy, putting my emotional and mental wellness first. So I wrote those things at the bottom. So if you want, you could utilize your coloring page to respond to this question this evening. And I loved this little quote: a new era has begun. I will be my own sun. So I'm going to put on a little bit of music while you answer, consider the things that are blooming in your life. And let me know if you're going to use your coloring page to answer that. I just thought it'd be kind of fun. And then we'll get going with the rest of our coloring practice in after we're done with this. Share what's coming up for you. All right. So hopefully you are considering these things that are blooming in your life right now. And as you color these flowers, think about like assigning that thing to each flower you're working on and let that mindfulness practice sort of embrace those things that are so good in your life. I y'all can start coloring. I wanted to run through some slides for some inspiration. This is actually the picture where my journal is. That's my back fence, and I've got, some flowers blooming there. I'm taking you a little bit on a journey. So if you don't have flowers sitting in front of you, we've got some pictures to inspire you. There are also some beautiful quotes. We can learn so much from just thinking about the whole life cycle of a flower and the seed and the blossoming and the growth and the pruning. All of that can be so representative in our lives. Those are my 4 o'clocks that I grow. So that could be a fun way to color some of these flowers. And then some beautiful, beautiful quotes here. I love that one from Jim Carrey. We just, turn toward the light. Let's see. We've got some inspiration from Sonder family. I love the vase and looking like that beautiful blue willow work, that kind of cloisonne look. There are some of my orange zinnias from my garden if you are inspired by oranges and yellows. Another one from Sonder family, some more of my zinnias, some great quotes there. I love Claude Monet says, I must have flowers always and always. And some more beautiful quotes there, some more zinnias from my yard. And I love the work of the Sonder family. Maybe one of these is yours and you're working on another coloring page. There's some of my cosmos. And can y'all see the little bee there on the one on the right? I love when I see bees buzzing around. My Mexican petunias are the purple ones. That pink one is a Texas rock rose. So I just thought I could put real flowers on here to give us some inspiration if we wanted to do that. And yeah, so let's get to coloring. Take some really deep breaths. Think about the things that are blossoming in your life and what you want to include tonight. Let this be your time. And if you're working on something, that's not coloring, but another bit of handiwork, let us know. I'm curious. Enjoy this space that you've carved out for yourself. Right. Excuse me. Since you've been coloring for just a few minutes, I want you to take just a moment and notice your body, notice your brain. Do you feel more settled? Are you breathing? Be sure that you're doing those slower breaths. And hopefully, you're noticing a shift from the busyness of the day into the calmness of the evening as you are embracing this practice. Something I was thinking about while I was coloring, I'm trying to do like some shading. And when you look at a flower, you think, oh, that's a pretty pink flower. And then when you stop and really look, you see bits of browns and yellows and, maybe specks of other colors. And it's just like it's that slowing down that helps you notice. So I hope that you are realigning. And Malika says her brain is rotting. um, Hopefully, you are feeling a little bit of realignment with yourself. Continue your practice and just again remember to breathe. Okay, one of the things that I think are so special about the coloring socials is we have this time for very organic conversations to happen. And so, I've got to go watch Napoleon Dynamite because I'm like, oh yeah, those lines are such good one-liners. Anyway, it is I know we had a cheerful page to color, and then the chat was just a little happy chat as y'all recalled some of those. Listen, our time, flies. There is my Spotify flower song list. It's a pretty little list. So if you want to go, listen, I'll go make sure I made that public. And I want to just thank you for carving out a little bit of time for yourself. That's so important for your wellness. So just take a few minutes and just sit and be with yourself. So thanks for joining us tonight. We'd love to see your coloring page or your response to what's blooming in your life, or the combination. If you did it on the way, you could do it in progress. Just, show us that magic. Monica's going to throw a ton of links, in the chat like we usually do. But I'm just glad to have just taken a few minutes to sit with y'all tonight. So thank you for showing up and for being here. Make it a good one. Yeah, it's been great. There's the songs we listened to this evening. If you're not on Spotify and you want to like build your own little flower list. So yeah, as Marley says, back to real life, y'all. But friends, it was good to just sit with you. It's good to be with people who are your people. So, I'll play this. You can listen for a few more minutes. I'll see you next time, Sonder family. Have a good one.
You belong among the wildflowers. You belong on a boat out at sea. Sail away, kill off the hours. You belong somewhere you feel free. Sail away, go find a lover. deserve the deepest of cover.